Abigail Jarboe. I prefer to go by Gail, but my legal name is Abigail. I live at 416 Maple Street in Lebanon. All right, the first paper in the packet is a power of attorney that was given to me in 2012. That was over 4 years ago. I never had any difficulty with any court in using this, or anybody else, any agency, in using this power of attorney. You will notice on the power of attorney it says, a court can take away the powers of your agent if it finds your agent is not acting properly. No such finding was ever made, and yet I have had my powers of attorney made null and void regarding a custody case of children by the Lebanon County courts at the request of Lebanon County Children and Youth. And I do not believe they had any right to do that. I believe that my constitutional rights have been denied, and I am asking for an investigation of why this happened. I feel that the father has been endangered by removing my powers. Now, if you look at the next paper I have given you, it's a motion to enjoin the use of the power of attorney in dependency proceedings and/or a request for protective order. I was not given a copy of this by the agency. They filed it apparently on February 18th. I was not given a copy by them. I was given a copy by the father. I only got a copy of it about 4 o'clock on the Friday before the 22nd when they were having a hearing. I spent the weekend, or part of the weekend, writing my answer, and I filed that answer on the 22nd, first thing in the morning. However, before they had even looked at it, apparently, the judge granted their order. Their request for an order, excuse me, without my even having a chance to respond in any way, without anybody having said that I had violated, or if they did say that, they certainly gave me no opportunity to respond. I thought in this country, I thought we had a right to answer before somebody could take away our rights. The father did not ask that my power of attorney be revoked as regards the dependency case. The agency asked for that, and I don't think they had any right to ask for that because I had not done anything that justified this. Now, if you look in this particular paper, you will see that the father granted me power to perform all matters pertaining to the following: my children, my domestic relations obligations, any charges of violation of law made against me by any agency or office or person, pursuing claims and litigation regarding me, and it goes on and on. Now, in the power of attorney law, which I have given you on in the next document, you will notice that it says form of power of attorney, and it goes on to say on the second column in number 20, the power of attorney has the right to pursue litigation, pursue claims and litigation. That's in number 20 on the second page. The right to pursue claims and litigation, and yet the agency had the gall to ask for the judge to remove my right to be involved in this case, and not only that, but if you look at the next page there, and I have marked it with a little arrow, it says, this was given to him by the agency. It says, parents have the right to be represented by an attorney or a spokesperson of his/her choice. A spokesperson doesn't even have to be an attorney, and they give that out. They pass that out. They gave it to the father. But the agency doesn't want me involved. Now, what is this? What are they trying to do? I think they're trying to railroad the father, or at least that's a good possibility. Now, if you go to the next sheet, you will see that when I say the next sheet, I mean the next stapled paper. You will see that I answered. This is just the order, so you don't see the answer. If anybody wants to see it, I can get it for you. All right. However, in my request for an order, I said, the motion to enjoin use of power of attorney in dependency proceedings and/or request for protective order of Lebanon County Children and Youth Services is respectfully denied. That's what I'm asking for. And evidentiary hearing on the matters shall be held in courtroom number 4. This was Judge Charles Jones that had the case. It was returned unsigned. Unsigned. He didn't sign it. He did not allow a hearing to see if there were any grounds to take away my power of attorney. This, in my opinion, is a gross violation of the Constitution. On the next page, you will see the order that he issued. Now, this order was issued for 2 children, but I'm only copying one because it was identical. on the 22nd day of February. That's the day I filed my paper at 8:30 in the morning. This was filed at 3:49 in the afternoon, so he would have had time to look at it, if my paper, if he wanted to. It says, Abigail E. Jarboe shall be informed by Roberta Santiago, who is the attorney for Children and Youth Services, as follows. The power of attorney is null and void as it pertains to this case. I never had a chance to respond in anything she said. And I am irate. This is not what is supposed to happen in this country. I am very, very, very displeased. The judge didn't even have the decency to inform me himself. This woman is supposed to come up to me and tell me, and I wouldn't even have seen this if the father hadn't given it to me. And then it goes on to say, Father, excuse me, in number 5, furthermore, the court finds father is competent. You don't have to be incompetent to have a power of attorney. Anybody can have a power of attorney that wants one. That has absolutely nothing to do with it. And that he's represented by this attorney. Well, a power of attorney has the right to be involved in claims and litigation, not involved in taking the place of the father, but to do anything that the father can do short of representing him in court. They have a right to talk to the attorney. They have a right to be involved in the litigation. They have the right to start the litigation. But my rights have been totally taken away without my having any opportunity to respond. And I am requesting that the commissioner who's in charge of children and youth, and I'm told that's you, Joellen, investigate why this happened and what kind of a threat they think I am that they have made. They said I was doing all kinds of things, if you look, and I wasn't. And I am very, very unhappy. So I would appreciate it, Joellen, if you could please look into it and get back to me on what kind of excuse they have.
Well, I certainly will. I know that I was under the impression that there was a court order, and so therefore we couldn't do anything because the judges are superior to us constitutionally. But if the order's not signed, I don't know if that makes it invalid.
It's my order that wasn't signed, the one I requested. The copy of my order is on the front page. And my requested order was longer than that because I listed the other people that was served upon. I only did the one page because...
Give me a little time to look through it and then I can ask.
Okay.
I can't promise anything, but I will certainly look into it.
Well, I would like an explanation of why they were unwilling to have me involved.
You've raised a couple legal and constitutional questions in your packet here. Commissioner Litz can investigate, but some of the legal and constitutional, would it be appropriate for us to have Dave look at these, our counsel?
I'd be very glad to have anybody look at it.
To see if maybe your rights have not been violated legally, but we can't answer those kind of questions for you right now, but it would maybe give you better direction. If not, is that something, Jamie, you want to?
It's up to you. I think it's up to you. From what I hear, part of your grievance is that the judge chose not to hear you, not to sign your orders, so the actions. You have one grievance with children and youth in that it appears that they have requested that the judge not grant your order, but it's ultimately up to the judge. And the judge chose not to hear your side and chose to do these certain things and grant an order so your feeling that your rights have been, your constitutional rights are violated has been by the judge. I understand your questions and your issue with the agency, but the signing of the orders, the not signing the orders and so on, those are all up to the judge. If a judge chooses to rule on something without holding a hearing, that's entirely up to each judge.
Well, not entirely, because there is a Judicial Conduct Board, and they can get in trouble. Wait, they can get in trouble with the Judicial Conduct Board just for not wearing a robe when they hear a case.
But that has to be brought on by someone.
Yes, I know that.